Welcome to the channel, and if you enjoy my flavor of editing and the guide that you see today, please consider subscribing or liking the video. I am a firm believer in not wasting people's time on YouTube and getting straight to the point, so much so that I'm even willing to cut my The very first step, whether you're on your main character or an alt, is to come to the city of Eldraken, come to the PvP vendor area, grab your weekly quests, and it's in your best interest just to grab everything so you can stack honor and conquest. But our main focus here is the Epic BG Weekly. Turn to your left, come to this NPC here, grab our Strife quest, and we'll talk about this later in the video, but everything here I'm doing is to minimize your time and effort and do things very quickly. I will be doing these alongside you. I will also have a text file available for download giving you a short checklist. Next, we're going to queue here for our Epic Battleground. This is for our weekly, but more importantly, this is also going to do a few extra steps for us. And everything I'm doing here in this order is the fastest way possible. Go ahead and enter our BG. Lovely. Our goal is to win here, but losing is just fine, as our goal here is only to stack 1500 honor for the weekly. And we lost here. No surprise there, Alliance, am I right? But we got our honor. On to the next. We run it back. Upon your first BG win, you will get the crate as per usual, but there is a very specific green item. Do not look this over. This will start a quest for you in order to get your 2 free trophies. These are the only 2 trophies in the game that are given to you for free. After that, they will cost you conquest points. So turn this in at the PvP vendor, and then after that, you've made a big step into completing the process. Boom, baby, just like that. It is also good to win because there is an automatic catch-up mechanic. You do not need a quest for this. And what this does is automatically puts a half spark in your bags, allowing you to catch up depending on the week. So this will stay relevant as the weeks go on. You will be able to continue to stack these up through each win, which is massive. Once you are finished with the BG Weekly for the 1500 honor, come over here, turn it in. You're looking for this crate here, which is going to have the items that you're looking for. I personally just hit whatever rep I can. I'm not really into the rep thing. Come over here, open it up. Boom. We've got our second spark. You need 2 sparks in order to create a full spark. And that full spark is going to allow you to craft gear. This is very important. Boom. Create it. Now we've got our token. This token will allow us to create 450 PvP gear along with 450 embellishment gear. This is very important. If you've done everything in the video thus far, you should have 1 token that allows you to craft gear. You should also have 2 tokens that allow you to create 450 gear. I know this is very confusing. I'm Blizzard, right? I mean, hopefully what I'm doing here is helping you. What you need to do at this point is do another random BG, epic BG, or anything rated so that you can get an additional spark for catching up. At the creation of this video, we are allowed to have 2 of the tokens to craft gear, but this video will stay relevant as time goes on. You'll just be able to get more of them. Basically what you need to do after winning and getting your next half spark is follow the path that I take to get to the new zone. And we're going to get ourselves a very specific one-time quest that is going to give us an additional half spark. So everything I'm doing here, I'm minimizing your time. I'm helping you do things as efficient as possible. We're going to come to this NPC you see here. We're going to accept this quest that you see here and then follow the path that I take to the NPC right outside, where we are going to essentially finish the quest because it requires the half spark from the BG you just did. It says it's going to give you 2. It's not. It's going to give you 1. I don't understand it just as much as you don't. But regardless, we're going to have 2 at the end of the process. We hit complete. We get our second spark because we have 1 already from winning another random BG, right? We're going to create this token And now we're going to have 2 tokens to craft gear, along with our 2 tokens in order to craft 450 gear. Hopefully you guys are following with me. Before we get into how to craft gear and embellishments, I wanted to go over the 3 ways you can get pieces of tier currently. One of them is getting 1600 rated in any bracket. This includes solo shuffle. The other option is getting them randomly within your vaults. And come on, guys. Do I even need to say it? We know how that's gonna go. The other option, and third and final, is by rating. Now, if you're watching this, chances are you PvP, so you're not really going to be too much into rating. However, there are a ton of high-rated PvP players that are rating to min-max fully, which is their prerogative, right? So once you hit 1600, which is currently the only way for the average player who's probably only going to touch this area, you're going to automatically get an item in your bag. There's no quest, there's nothing to unlock other than doing the generalized campaign for the new zone. And on my screen, you're going to follow the path that I take in order to get to the tier vendor. So there is no quest. Once you get this item, you can come straight like I am to the vendor. One thing also to note is that on June 13th, they're opening the Catalyst, which will allow you to convert many more pieces on getting tier a lot faster. So until then, these are the only options we have available to us currently. Once you get to the vendor, I'm right here on the map showing you. It's actually right next to a flight path as well. And once you get to this vendor, there's something very important to note. Blizzard actually fixed the issue. There was an issue before where the gear was scattered. Now they've put rating on the right side and PvP on the left side. So do not take the right side if you're PvP, and do not take the left side if you raid. So if you're getting the PvP gear, it automatically comes maxed out at 450. It costs 1 of those tokens that we've achieved by hitting 1600, and you're good to go. Before we get into how to craft gear, I wanted to go over the weeklies real quick, which is the obvious. Making sure you cap your conquest every week in order to maximize your gear output, allowing you to also snag trophies so that you can create embellishment gear, PvP gear, and so on. The other option is capping your vault. Now, it doesn't matter what rating you do this at, because no matter your rating, you will get 450 PvP gear no matter what. The only difference from having a lower rated player versus a higher rated player is your open world activities. Your gear will be limited in terms of the item level respective to its rating. But of course, when you get into PvP, it automatically turns 450, so don't fret if you have issues. The next thing we're going to cover is the weekly PvP quest for open world war mode and getting 100 sparks for upgrading your bloody token gear. Now, each week you can get what's called these trophies of strife. Each week you'll get 8 of them, and it allows you to upgrade this gear to actually 447, which is only 3 items level lower than 450. So for the immediate future, and even certain classes in the future who aren't going to utilize your tier gear, bloody token gear could actually be better than the actual tier gear, because there's a lot of cool things you get for having the bloody token set. Now, every piece of set has its own respective upgrading. So as low as 5 tokens all the way up to 14 tokens needing for specific weapons. So each week you definitely want to cap this out in order to get those trophies. Otherwise, if you miss a week, you're already behind on trying to upgrade, say, your weapon, for example. Now, covering the bloody token gear and actual tokens, within the new map, every single day, not week, every single day it changes, you can actually get the gear outright by doing world PvP related quests, or ever so often there is a big quest that gives you 800 bloody tokens, which equates to around 2 to 3 pieces of bloody token gear depending on the pieces that you get. So if you're looking to cap out on that set as well as upgrading as fast as possible, definitely look every day in different zones and check the world PvP quests, because you're going to get gear outright, as well as the bloody tokens. And you'll passively get bloody tokens by each kill you get in world PvP, no matter what quest you're doing. You don't have to be a quest to kill somebody to start stacking those bloody tokens. Next, we're going to cover how to actually craft PvP gear at 450, as well as the embellishment gear at item level 450 for PvP. And this is all done like season 1 at the crafting orders auction house. It's kind of like what I like to call it. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to search under your respective class armor type. And in my case, I'm going to go to leather, and I'm just going to type in the search bar Infure. For short, it's going to give me the PvP gear that you're used to seeing from season 1. With a little bit changes now because Precog is a different way of making things. So search for what you like and what you would like to create. And in my case, the feat is probably going to be something that I would make for this particular class. Now you're going to see the materials needed, just as you've seen before, but this time you're going to choose the token that you have for this season that we've just achieved. And down here at the bottom right, you're going to see the trophy spots of the ones that we got earlier, which will increase this item to 450 in PvP and its respective stats. So this is exactly how you recreate the new PvP gear at 450 by using the free trophies that we got earlier. And if you run out of these trophies, again, as I explained in the video, you can just buy more with conquest points and you're good to go. Finally, we are going to show you how to make precog and other new embellishment gear, and this is through the same crafting auction house. What you're going to do is, again, go to your respective armor type, and you're going to search for epics that do not have an equipped. So as such as this one, it has an equipped effect. It already basically is embellished. You can no longer add precog or anything to that, and it will also not increase to the item level that you're looking for. In my case, most people are doing either feet or rings. I'm gonna choose the feet here for leather. There's no attachment to it. You're gonna choose your spark that you made earlier, and here you're gonna grant the trophy PvP item level to increase it to 450, like we explained earlier with the PvP gear. But this time there's other slots that allow you to attach missives, which will allow you to choose the specific stats that you want for this item, which is massive. So you can choose haste verse, for example, mastery verse, whatever it is you want to do. And what you're going to do is, we'll show you later in the auction house how to buy these. It's super simple, super easy. You're just going to type in missive and search for your respective name that you see here and correlate it to that. That way you can fill it in with this slot, and now your item is going to be 450 with its respective missive. Then the really important, you're going to see add embellishment. These are all of the new embellishments that engineers can make. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them are garbanzo. You will not be using most of these. Some of them sound good, but they're only pushing like 0.6, maybe 1% of damage or healing. It's just not worth the money or the slot. So this one right here, Foreseen Power, is actually precog. Now, I always buy the rank 3s. I've never tested or done any other rankings. This is just for crafting purposes. I always buy the rank 3s. As you can see, you can read the descriptions for each one and it'll tell you what it does. The mastery one is really nice. The others, I've done testing myself, as well as read other people's testings, and majority of them just aren't good, or they're for PvE. So the main one you're going to look for is the Foreseen, which is actually precog, and we buy this in the auction house. So you'll come to the auction house, and as explained before, you're just going to type in missive. You're going to scroll down and you can actually read the stats on what it gives here in case you forgot from earlier before. And most of them are going to be under 100 gold, at least on my server. It's a very popular server, so I'm assuming it would correlate to you as well. Buy one missive. You only need one. I, again, buy the rank 3. I've never tried the other ranks. You know, all this stuff is way too in-depth. Go with the rank 3. It's super cheap. Buy the missive. Now you have the respective stats for your precog gear. Now we're going to just simply type in Foreseen, and here is literally precog. I don't know why rank 1's astronomically higher. Don't ask me. It's wow. Go with rank 3. This is what I do personally. If it's too much, you can try the other ranks, but I'm telling you what I've tried and what I know works. This embellishment you will add into the crafting along with your missive, and now you have precog on your boots with your respective custom stats that you so chose. And this works the same with any embellishment in any crafting gear. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. I know I'm a new channel. I don't have much going on in terms of videos or subscriber count, but I can assure you quality content will continue to flow through PvP content, through guides such as this video, and so on and so forth. I thank you so much for watching this far. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great evening, and please, please, please spread good vibes and positive energy.